Hi ladies, welcome to week 3 of our challenge. I hope you're all enjoying it so far and staying on track with your goals. So that is actually the topic of today's lesson is goal setting and why it's important for us to read our goals out loud every day. So I hope by now all of you have got your workbooks, and I also hope by now that you've all filled out the goal setting section. So you may have attended the goal setting seminar in the first week. Otherwise, if you haven't filled it out, guys, please do that now. So do that ASAP. Jump in there and do your declaration and then go in and fill out all of the goals. That's going to really help you to stay on track. And for those of you who did attend the goal setting seminar, I spoke about how goal setting was a huge part of my own personal journey, a huge part of helping me to feel more empowered and really help me stay on track and achieve what I wanted to achieve in my life. So please set goals, guys. It's so important and it's really going to help you achieve your results. And it's also important that we remind ourselves of those goals every day. So that's what we're talking about today. I'm going to talk about 5 reasons about why you guys should be reading your goals out every day. So the goals that I want you guys to be looking at are the goals that are relevant to the challenge. So we call them short-term goals. So goals that we want to achieve within the next 5 more weeks now. So we're in week 3 and the challenge is 8 weeks long. So we've got 5 more weeks and we want to help ourselves stay on track. So there's a section in your book that says, what does success look like at the end of these 8 weeks? So that's the question in your book that I want you to focus on. So that is your short-term goal for the end of the challenge. What does it look like at the end of the 8 weeks? That's what you're all working towards for these next 5 weeks. So that's what you want to be reading out every single morning to remind yourself. Why do we want to read it out loud? Well, the first reason has got to do with the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the part of the mind that we're not really aware of. It runs on autopilot. But if we're consciously speaking our goals out loud, consciously reminding ourselves, we're then rewiring our brain, and our subconscious mind is going to help us to stay on track. So this is a really important part of the process and why we want to read it out loud to help rewire. The second tip is because it's just going to remind you of where you're heading each day. You know, some of us will get off track, it happens, but if we're reminding ourselves each day what our goal is at the end of this challenge, you're more likely to stay on track with your goal. And it'll just remind you of your purpose as well to help you keep striving towards where you want to be. The third reason is that it can give you a dopamine rush. So dopamine is a chemical produced by the brain. It's also produced when we smoke cigarettes or when we drink alcohol. So it's one of those feel-good chemicals, gives you a dopamine high. So when you actually set a goal and then achieve it, you're going to get a dopamine rush. So it's a really great way to stay motivated, because when you achieve these little steps along the way, it's going to give you that little chemical release of the feel-good chemical. The fourth reason, guys, is because it's going to help you stay on track, and it's also going to help you measure your progress. So when you've set a goal and you know what it is that you're trying to achieve, that way it's measurable. Yeah, so that way you know if you're achieving results because you've cast forward what that vision looks like. And the fifth reason is that it's going to help you stay in alignment, stay on track. So you're going to be able to filter out things or behaviors or activities, things that aren't going to serve you during this challenge or things that aren't going to help you reach that goal. So it's just going to help you guys stay on track and in alignment with that goal. So I would suggest that you guys pop your goal somewhere where you're going to see it every morning, just to trigger you to remember to do that. So perhaps you'll write it out and stick it on the mirror or somewhere in your house where you'll know you're going to see it every morning. And don't just read it in your head. I encourage all of you to read it out loud, so we are getting all of our senses involved. So we are visually looking at it, we are verbally speaking it, and we are hearing ourselves say it as well with our hearing. So that's really all I wanted to say, guys. So keep up the great work. Please just try implementing this little habit each day and see how you find it. Have a beautiful rest of the week, guys, and I'll catch you all soon.